Good morning, good morning. Today is Tuesday at 7:10 a.m. I wanted to say thanks to everybody for subscribing to my channel. I got an offer from Uber Eats to go to Urth Caffe. I'm going to get $10.06 for 3.5 miles. I got the app on at about 6:30 this morning. It took about 40 minutes to get this offer. It's a slow start to the morning. And it probably is going to be a really slow day today. I don't really know if I'm going to hit the $50 goal, since I'm only accepting offers that are $2 for every mile or better. So yeah, it's always hard to know for sure what's gonna be happening with the app. So, is this guy gonna run across or not? No, his hands on his hips. He's catching his breath, so he's not crossing. Okay, good. And so I don't know what's going to go on for today, but then I never really know for sure. The weather currently is 75 degrees, so that's really good news. Nice and cool morning, which is really unusual for June. June is normally when every day is over 100, but everything seemed to be in reverse this year. It's like in May, we were hitting 100 all the time in May, and the moment we hit June, suddenly every day has been in the 70s, and that's what it's usually like in May. So I don't know what's going on with the weather, but it's really wacky. And not too many exciting things are going on this morning. Wow, the traffic is really backing up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this turn. Wow, traffic is really bad. I don't want to get stuck in all that, so I better stay here. Wow, I might have to go a different way. The next time the light turns green, I might have to go a different route, because the traffic is really backed up. Maybe there's an accident? I can't really tell what's going on over there, but it looks really bad. Yeah, I better watch what happens next. Alright, I see the traffic's flowing again. I don't know if it was a weird coincidence, like bad timing of the lights. I can't really tell. Everything seems to be flowing now that the light turned green, and I don't see any accidents. Everything looks like it's okay. So yeah, I don't think anything too exciting is going on right now. Let me see. Just right now, a lot of my CDs and my treasuries are maturing, so I'm in the process of purchasing new CDs and treasuries. The interest rates really have not changed at all whatsoever. Everything still seems to be in the 4% range. So that's all about the same. Usually everything seems to be fluctuating between 4% and 4.5%. And it doesn't really matter to me whether I buy treasuries or CDs. There really is not a huge difference unless I don't allow the investment to mature. So I guess if there's more loss if you sell a CD than if you were to sell a treasury. But I always just let them mature, so it's totally fine. That's not really where my issue is. And also, since I live in this state, since I live in Vegas, there's no state income taxes, so there's not that complication. Because in other states, if you have a CD, you have to pay state income tax on the interest that you earned on that investment. And boy, it's really busy today. A lot of people are out walking. It's really crazy. I guess because the weather's so nice, everybody wants to be out and about. Normally this time of year, you can't find anybody out because it's boiling hot in the morning, and nobody wants to be outside in this heat. But there is no heat right now. We're in the 70s. All right, well, here we are at Urth Caffe. We finally made it into the shopping center area. I think this is that same customer I always deliver to that orders from this place. Let me try to park. Well, that person parked terrible, so I'm going to have to park over here on the right. All right, we finally made it. Let's go in. It was about a 3-minute wait. They had to make one of the coffees. No real problems with the pickup. Everything was fine, and it was quiet inside of Urth Caffe. So it made for an easy pickup. The only issue was the one of the coffees just wasn't ready. That was about it. Everything else was just fine. It was a standard pickup, and since it's Tuesday, things are relatively quiet at the moment, thank goodness. So we are just flowing. Oh, I hit the curb. Whoops. I was trying to make a right turn before that truck started moving forward again because there was a lady crossing the street. I hit the curb. Just my rear tire. My right rear tire bumped the curb. It's not the first time I've done that either. I've had situations where I've scraped the hubcaps, and this poor car. I've had so many situations where I've mangled this car up so many times. It's not even funny. There was one time there was like a really strong wind, and I was at 7-Eleven, and when I opened the door, I didn't have my hand holding the door, and the wind blew the door, and it hit the metal. There's like a metal pole that protects the gas pumps at 7-Eleven, and I got a huge ding in my driver's side door. I was so mad. I went on Amazon and I bought these special suction cups to like pull out the dent, and it's never the same. It's like almost as if when you press on an aluminum can of soda, like when you press on the soda can and you make a dent in the soda, and then you try to pop the dent out. You can still see the wrinkle where the dent happened, but it's better than it being all smushed in. So yeah. I do my best to take care of this car, but stuff happens. That's a life. I've already replaced the hubcaps on this car one time already, which wasn't that expensive. I got them on Amazon, but all the hubcaps were getting all worn out from me scraping the curb. When you pull up to the curb, and that didn't happen from doing DoorDash. That was from Uber X and Lyft, from picking up so many passengers, and every time you got to pull up, and then you get nervous because the passenger is like waiting, and I'm not paying attention. I'm more focused on safely getting the passenger in the car. So a lot of times I get too close to the curb and I scrape the hubcaps. So yeah, that's life. That happens. And then my app, for whatever reason, is not keeping up. There's something wrong. Let me try rebooting it. I know where I'm going. So yeah, that's okay. I had to just close the app and reopen it again. They changed my app. They finally switched me out. I'm no longer eligible to drive people around anymore. So today, I think, is my official day on this new Uber Eats app. It doesn't look really any different so far that I can tell from the other one. Let me see. Let me make sure. Let's see if this really is official. Yeah, no, it's not. Sorry, I don't have it yet. It's still coming. I'm still in the app that's for Uber Eats and for Uber X. But they sent me an email saying that sometime this month they're going to switch me out and put me only on Uber Eats, because they use that whole thing like, well, you'll probably make more money since you never really do Uber X anymore. We think you'll make more money. That's the I'm like, okay, whatever. It doesn't matter, because I don't plan on ever doing Uber X again. And if I do decide to do Uber X again, I know I'm eligible. I just have to contact them and let them know, and then I would have to get my car inspected and all that stuff. So, which is fine. But I don't know. I doubt I'll ever do it again, because this seems to work for me for now. The only reason why I could think is if this type of work stopped. People didn't want delivery services anymore. But I don't see that happening, and there seems to be no end in sight. I would sooner think that people would stop using Uber X than they would doing the delivery, only because of all these darn robot cars that are coming out now. It seems that more and more I'm seeing actual people taking rides, and they're so excited to get into these self-driving vehicles, and it's like the Christmas to them. They get so happy. They're like, oh my God, it's a self-driving car. There's no driver in here, and they get all happy. So I can see how people really want that, just for the novelty and the privacy, and just having a good time. But I really don't see. The only thing I don't see how that's gonna work out is, how are they gonna keep them clean? How are these self-driving cars gonna keep people from leaving their trash in there, smoking cigarettes in there, smoking, vaping in there, eating fast food? How are they gonna avoid that? People putting their gum, taking their gum out and then dropping it on the floor of the car. And then just smelly people. There are smelly people, believe me. There's quite a few smelly people out there. And how are they going to deal with that situation where the one customer gets out and just completely reeks of body odor, and then the next person gets in and there's nobody to spray the car with air freshener or to roll the windows down and air it out? That I'm not quite clear on how they're going to deal with that, because when I did Uber X, especially on the Las Vegas Strip, you get a lot of terrible smells in the car from people, just from the bottoms of their shoes, because they're walking on, they're coming out of bars, and their feet have all kinds of stale beer on the bottom of their feet, and then they're bringing that into the car, and so the car starts to smell like a bar after a while. Pretty soon it's like stale beer and cigarettes is all you smell in the car. And if you don't have somebody to regularly clean the self-driving car, people are going to really be complaining about how nasty these self-driving vehicles are. So I don't know. So that puts me back to wondering if either business is ever going to really go away, because if you need that type of actual human supervision, then how can it possibly go away? I think it's just there's always going to be a mixture of humans and robots working together, kind of like in Star Wars. Remember Luke Skywalker, how he was fixing the droids and they helped him on the farm? It's kind of like that. So there'll probably be situations, maybe it'll be the robots drive the people, and the humans have to show up to maintain the car and make sure it stays clean. It'll have pit stops. Maybe that's what's going to happen. That's a possibility. See if I can safely make this turn. These people drive so fast on this curve. Oh, there's a police officer trying to get everybody caught in a speed trap. God, I hope he doesn't catch me. Don't give me a ticket. I'm trying to do the best I can. I hope he's not there when I leave. So I may have to make a left turn. Alright, we're here at the gate. Let me enter the code. Let's do it. Alright, the code worked. I believe it, yeah, it's just a leave at the door. It's that same house we always go to. The one with the Tesla in the driveway. And sometimes the guy meets me outside and sometimes he doesn't lately. Now it's 50-50. Before it was almost 100% he would meet me outside. And today's Tuesday, so I know he's probably working today or whatever, and he's really thirsty for his coffee, so maybe he's gonna make an appearance today. Let's see what happens. No, I don't see his car out today, so I don't think he's gonna make an appearance. And I believe this is the house. Yep, I recognize the house. I've been here enough times. Let's drop it. Thank you. Alright, well, he showed up to the door while I was about to take the picture. So instead of snapping a photo, I just put handy to customer. Now we're headed back to home base. I don't know if I'm gonna get anything before I get back home. Usually I don't at this time of morning, but you never know what's gonna come in next. So that drop off was a success. I currently have 3.5 miles on the car. We now have $10 in our pocket and a little bit of change. I'm getting 42 miles to the gallon. The temperature is 77 degrees and the time is 7:31 a.m. So far everything is looking fine for the possibility of hitting the $50 goal. I'm gonna work it as the latest I'm gonna work today is until noon. So I've got plenty of time to do 4 more jobs to get to the $50 goal. That's a lot of hours. Think about it. 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30. That's like 5.5 hours I have to hit the $50 goal. So there's really no reason why I'm not going to hit the goal. There really is not. Is that police officer still here? Oh, thank God he's gone. I had to make a right turn. I didn't know how to safely get around him and not get in trouble. Oh, he already caught somebody. That's why he wasn't there. He just pulled somebody over and gave them a ticket. Now it makes sense. I'm like, why isn't he there? He must have caught somebody. He caught him. That's such a money-making business for these, for the city. Everybody in this town speeds. It's so common that it's like shooting fish in a barrel. That's the saying. I've never shot a fish. That's a common saying, but yet, has anybody ever shot fish in a barrel? These are old-fashioned, I think they're called colloquialisms. These are old-fashioned things that people say because they made sense in the olden days when people said them, and now they're so old we say them, but we don't really know why we say them. We just know that they mean something. And I think that we're the last generation to say this. Now everybody's using terms they find on TikTok and on the internet that are like, they're weird. They're things I don't understand, like Generation Alpha. All the kids that are in elementary school, junior high, and even high school, they have special ways of talking now that we, as old people, we don't understand what the heck, what the slang is. We don't know their slang. It's kind of like when our parents used to say, "Oh, that's so boss." Or when we would say, "Oh, that's radical, totally radical, dude." That, everybody has their generational way of speaking that is unique to every generation. But we're going to be the last generation, I think, to use these weird metaphor terms like shooting fish in a barrel is a good example. All right, well, it's been almost 3 hours that I've been waiting for an offer to come in, and nothing's come in. Nothing good anyway. So I'm just sitting out here in the backyard, just waiting and continuing to wait. I probably got another couple of hours to go, and then I'm going to turn the apps off. So this could be a total bust of a day. I got the next offer. It's from DoorDash. I'm going to go to Staples and shop for one item. I'm going to get $11.75 for 4.7 miles. Wow, was I home a long time. It's 10:49 right now. It's been 3 hours and 15 minutes that I've been waiting for a decent offer to come in. And boy, was I going stir crazy. I was so tempted to just turn the app off, and I thought, well, maybe I'll take the dog in to get his nails trimmed rather than continuing to wait for something to come in. But then I realized that I have about another week to go before it's really time to trim the dog's nails. So I said no to that. And then I hung out in the backyard for a little bit, trying to pass the time. I watched some stuff on Pluto TV. That's like a streaming service. So I was watching that. It's a free streaming service, so you don't have to pay any money for it. It just comes with ads and stuff. And then I was watching I Love Lucy on that just to pass the time. And then, yeah, not much else was going on. I ate. I had my usual, my PB&J, my cottage cheese with apple. And I was just thinking, I was trying to re-strategize. I was like, well, do I lower my dollar amount? Maybe I start taking $5 offers, or what should I do next? I was thinking to myself. But the app was completely silent. This was one of those days where nothing was coming in, so it didn't matter. So I was like, well, it really doesn't matter. I think that the main point was that there was no work. And if there's no work, it doesn't matter how you change your strategy. There's no work, so there's nothing you can do. So I was just enjoying just being at home until something finally came in, or the day just ended, one or the other. Uber Eats did send me a new message saying that I have now lost gold status, which I had no idea what the heck they were talking about. I think it must, and then it keeps saying that I'm an Uber Eats Pro. So I think this does have something to do with them shifting me over to being primarily an Uber Eats person, because I noticed on the app that my profile picture, it has like a green circle around it, and I think that's considered the Uber Eats Pro lowest level that you can be on the app. So I think now I'm at the entry level for Uber Eats, which I don't really care. It's just, it's the way they try to manipulate you to take more offers. So I don't care how low my acceptance rate is. I don't care about any of that stuff about achieving some honor, some kind of worthless trophy, because I know that if it's busy, they're going to summon me to do work, and if it's not busy, they're not going to summon me, and that's just the bottom line. Alright, well, I'm just passing Sprouts now, and I'm getting really close to Staples, so I'm going to start the shopping app portion of DoorDash. And it says on here that all I gotta do is pick up one pack of paper, and that's it. So let's head inside Staples and pick up a package of paper. I got the paper. Let's check out. Receipt done. Ensure the receipt is in the bag. Alright, the receipt is in the bag. Let me just delete this picture of my credit card. Don't need that anymore. We're gonna go 10-minute drive, 3 miles. We're headed off to, it looks like a house. It's a leave at the door, and I have a gate code. This person is spending a lot of money for just a pack of paper. I guess they must really need it. And they obviously did not plan ahead, obviously. Or they wouldn't need me to go and pick it up for them. And everything was fine inside of the, everything was just fine inside of the Staples. And I didn't have any problem finding the paper or anything like that. It was pretty straightforward, pretty simple. And I think the only problem I had was that there was somebody trying to stock the shelves, and they were blocking the aisle that was allowing me to get to the paper. Like right exactly where I was at, just before the paper, they were blocking, and I would have to go the really super long way around to get past them. And I'm like, I just excused myself and kind of squeezed in between them to get to where I needed to get to. And Then a nice elderly man, probably about the same age as me. No, just kidding. He looked like he was probably in his 70s. He was helping me out at the checkout, and he told me that I had to show him the barcode on my DoorDash app so that he could scan it, which he did. And then the next thing he did was he asked me for the 4-digit code on my DoorDash credit card, or whatever it's called, my DoorDash red card, I guess they want to call it. They don't ever, the DoorDash red card, they never want you to refer to it as a credit card or a debit card, just as a red card, because it creates confusion. The DoorDash red card, whenever you use it, when it gives you an option of debit or credit, you always have to select credit, even though it's not really a credit card. It's more like a debit card, but there's no PIN number. So you can't say debit card. So you have to say credit. And then it's preloaded with the amount of money necessary to make the purchase. And so after I gave him the 4-digit code, that was it. And he gave me the receipt. And then once I got back here in the car, I took a picture of the receipt. And then I followed the instructions that DoorDash says on what to do with the receipt. Sometimes it'll say to throw the receipt away. And other times it'll say, shove the receipt in the bag. And that's for this order, I shoved it in the bag. And I don't know what's going to happen. I only have an hour left in the day. And so far, we've only made a little over $20 today. So this may be all the money that I'm going to make for the day. So it's not a very profitable day today, unfortunately. But sometimes these days do happen. I've had days where I got absolutely nothing. I made $0. I've had those days before, so it's known to happen. And this is the part where I always question why people would do this full time. I'm like, how could you possibly expect to pay your rent doing this job? I don't quite understand. I mean, you must really have to, live doing this app, meaning you must work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and really just keep cranking, because if I had to rely on this money to survive, I don't know what I would do. I would be so stressed out. I think I would just spend my days still doing this part-time and then looking for some type of full-time employment, and then knowing that if the next full-time job didn't work out, I could always fall back on doing this part-time gig work once again while I look for another job. That's the only thing I can think that would make sense, that would align with the way this job works. So yeah, it's very unusual. It's a weird job. It's almost like this job was really just meant to be for senior citizens who are on Social Security and just need a little extra bump. That's almost what it seems like to me in my mind. But everybody's different, and everybody's in different circumstances. I've seen YouTube videos people are living out of their cars, and they're doing DoorDash just to survive, because that's the only way they can bring in income, and they're on the verge of being completely homeless and not even having a car because their car is falling apart. So everybody has different life circumstances, so you just never know. You never know the reason why people are doing DoorDash and Uber Eats and all the other stuff, because everybody has a different story. I remember when I was doing Uber X and I was waiting for a ride at the airport at the Uber parking lot, where you wait for airport rides. There was a lady there, and she looked very wealthy, and she had her little Yorkie in the passenger seat with her, and she was all dressed up, and it was like she was like a celebrity or something. And she had a real fancy car, and it was almost as if she was doing the job just because she was, she just wanted something to do. She was tired of being at home inside of her country club estate, and she just wanted to get out and do something. So she somehow signed up for Uber, and she was going to give people rides in her fancy car. So that just tells you right there how it's different for everybody when it comes to this job. There was another guy I saw at the airport, and he was a big fan of Chucky. You know the doll, the Chucky doll, and his car was a cherry red car, and it had a huge, all this artwork on it of that Chucky doll all over it, and the inside of the car was themed for Chucky, and even he had like a little outfit on to make himself look like he was the Chucky doll, but he was just like a regular heavyset guy. And I'm sure he made a lot of money on his tips, but I could tell that he also was not doing it to survive. He was doing it because he was obviously somebody that loved, you know, he loved the movie Chucky, and he wanted to show off his car. So he really wanted other people to experience his car, because, you know, he obviously cared about his car so much that he wanted people to see it. And so he thought, well, what a great way for people to experience, to have a Chucky doll experience by riding in my car. And so I witnessed that at the airport one time, and I said, oh, there's another one. There's another person just doing this job as an activity, not as a means to survive or because they're having hard times. So it's unusual. It's really, this job is just a really unusual job. And you rarely ever interact with other gig workers. You're almost always by yourself. And it's only through the power of YouTube that I really get to see what other drivers are doing. And then of course, when I did Uber X, I would also witness all the Uber drivers there, because we're all waiting for rides in the parking lot. And so that's the other place. But YouTube is really the place where you really get to know the other people who are doing gig work, because, you know, they're telling their stories and stuff, so you really get to know them more in depth than I would just parking at some airport parking ride waiting for a flight to come in. Well, we're getting close to the drop-off. It says to make a left turn at this next left, and then I've got to enter a gate code. And as I recall, it just said to leave it at the door, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's just a standard leave at the door. I'm probably going to be able to follow this guy in. If nobody crashes into me. I hope this person has the gate code. Sometimes these people pull up, well, his arm is hanging out the door, so that means he has the code. Yep, he knows what he's doing. He's a professional. Ooh, he knows what he's doing. Dang, he is fast. He entered that code faster than I ever could. I think I'm following him wherever he's going. He seems to be going the same direction. Temperature is 91 degrees. I've got 9.4 miles on the car. I gotta turn here. I'm getting 61 miles to the gallon, and it's 11:06. What's the address? Okay, where are you? Is it this one? It says it's on the right. Let's see if they're correct. I don't see it yet. Oh, there it is. I see it. Okay, we have arrived. Let's drop this off. All right, paper, let's drop you off. Thank you. All right, easy drop off, no problems. What did the app just say? It says I've lost the access to Uber Gold, and now all of my icons are green. Oh, I swear, these apps, the games they play, it is too much. And it says now I can do earn by time if I'd like, which of course I don't want to. The current rate that they're paying for earn by time is $13 right now. So that tells you right there it's super slow right now. And that's why it's paying the low. I think that's as low as it goes, is $13. So it's super slow right now. Whew. Now I'm gonna make my way back home, and I really doubt I'm gonna get anything else. I've got 50 minutes left on the clock. I'm not gonna lower my rate either, so if nothing else comes in, nothing else comes in. And that's just how it goes. If I only do just 2 jobs today, 2 jobs is better than 0, so that's how you gotta look at it sometimes. And tomorrow's always another day, so I'm sure tomorrow will be could be the same, or maybe it'll be better. Maybe I'll make double the money. Maybe I'll get a real generous customer that'll tip me $100. Who knows? The future is so unknown. Just enjoy the present, and that's all you can do. I thought about turning on my Walmart Spark app, but I just don't like shopping at Walmart. I thought about it for all of about 5 seconds when I was at home. I'm like, should I turn on Walmart Spark? And I was like, no. I hate, the biggest thing I don't like, well, one of the things I don't like about Walmart Spark is how they send you this long directory of offers that you're supposed to just magically be able to just read through in seconds and pick which one you want. I hate when they do that. I like it when like all the other apps, they'll send you one offer at a time and you'll say yes or no, and then another one will come in. Not Walmart Spark. They send you this directory of offer after offer after offer, and they're all terrible. You know, there's only like one gem in the entire stack of offers they send you, but you've got to read through all the offers to figure out, well, which one is the good one. And there's no way to filter it. There's nothing. So yeah. And then it when you want to log off of Walmart Spark, it makes it complicated too. There's like this whole long menu system you've got to go through, and it's like basically you just log out of the app instead of just saying pause, or having a really quick button that you can press in like one menu click. It's not like that at all. So yeah, I don't like the app either. So the app is terrible for Walmart Spark, and then of course the actual work itself is terrible too. When you get to the pickup and it's never ready, and you park and you wait and you wait and your whole life is just flashing before your eyes, you're like, well, when am I going to get out of here? You have no idea, and it's hot. And you can see everybody around you is miserable in the Walmart parking lot. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Walmart Spark. I see a lot of people do like it though. They said they make a lot of money using the Walmart Spark, but it's not for me. It's not a match. It doesn't fit my criteria, because my whole strategy is really just hanging out at home, and then I get something and I quickly do it, and then I just shoot back home again and relax again. That's always been what works best for me as far as how I enjoy doing this gig work. I don't want to have to be somewhere where I'm miserable and I don't even know if I'm going to get paid. So yeah, definitely not for me. And not that much else is happening at the moment. I just purchased a new CD, and I think it's only for 3 months. Lately, I've been doing these really short-term 3-month CD investments, $6.33 for 4 miles. Just really short-term investments, because I keep thinking interest rates are going to start going higher, and I don't want to be locking my investments in for a real long period of time. So that's all. And I do have investments that are really for the long term, but then I have this like portion of my portfolio that I'm doing short term right now. And I know there are some people out there that do like crypto and stuff like that, but I don't have an interest in crypto. I find it to be too risky, so I stay away from that. My main types of investments are index funds, S&P 500 index funds, NASDAQ index funds, and then treasuries and CDs. That's it. I kind of keep my portfolio is very vanilla. It's especially for my age, I'm not some 20-something-year-old who can really be throwing money away and hoping it all works out. I'm at the age where, you know, that money has to play a role in keeping me alive. It's like a income stream, and you can't be goofing around with your money at my age. I know some people do. I see people that go to the casinos that are my age and older, and they're gambling their money away to them the casino is the stock market. They're putting money down on red, or they're or they're putting in the slot machine, or, you know, hoping they get a royal flush at the casinos. I have no interest in that. I'm very fortunate that I don't have any type of gambling addiction, because this town will eat you up if you have a gambling addiction. They'll take your money and run with it. So yeah, so that's why most of the time when I'm telling you guys about investing, I'm talking about treasuries and CDs, because we're in an environment right now where you're going to get at least 4% if you go to if you go to any credit union. You should be able to get at least 4% return on your money, risk-free. It's FDIC insured, and there's just no risk of losing your money. You have to commit to locking it up for whatever the period of time is you're committing to. So whether it's 3 months, 6 months, or a year, or 5 years, whatever it is, you know you're not going to have access to your money for that time. But when it's done, you're going to get the payoff. And they also can set it up where they can give you distributions. You know, they can start sending you the interest on your investment, you know, every month or every 6 months or whatever the terms are. You get a distribution of your money back while you're waiting for the big jackpot. Oh, something's coming in from Oh wait, is there? Hold on, it's spinning. $12.50. Get over. I got 2 seconds to accept it. Did I get it? I got it. Alright, we actually got another one. Hold on a sec, I'm shocked. I thought we weren't going to get anything. While I was flapping my gums, something came in. And it's from DoorDash. I believe we're going to be going to Staples, and then we're going to go to Target. So Staples, shopping for 2 items. Target, shopping for 8 items. I'm going to get $12.50 for 6 months. The only thing I don't like about this offer is it says it's going to take 50 minutes to complete. I hope that's wrong. I really hope that's wrong. The Staples is right here, and then there's a Target right next door, but it wants me to go not to the Target next door to this Staples. It wants me to go all the way to Silverado Ranch Road to go to another Target. So that's not good at all. But yeah, I'll just try to figure out how to make it work. I mean, I guess if I don't, there's nothing else to do really, because there's no work. I can't be picky. This offer has come in, and it's paying the fair amount of $2 for every mile. So however long it takes me to complete it, I've just got to bite the bullet and just get it done. I'm slowly right now just winding my way, trying to get over to the Staples and avoid this FedEx truck, and also trying to avoid any cars that happen to be coming. Somebody go. Forget it. I'm just gonna go. I was the last car to get there, and everybody was waiting for me to go. I'm like, you guys realize that I was the last car to arrive at that intersection. Oh Lord. Arrive at store. Start the shopping. You park right here. Don't send. Let's go in. Alright, I found them, but they only had one of the exact one they wanted. And the second one I found is close enough, but the colors are a little different. But I have no choice. I'm just going to get it. Of the receipt. Ensure the receipt is in the bag. It's in there. I put it in. Now we got to go to a Target. Even though there's a Target right here, I've got to drive 10 minutes, 4 miles to get to the Target. I'm telling you, these apps don't make any kind of sense whatsoever. There's like no logic to why they do what they do. I'm just trying to think what's the fastest way to get over there. Shoot, what's the best way for me to go? I guess I'll go this way. I think this is the fastest way. I don't know why it doesn't just have me go to this Target right here. Maybe that whatever the items are, they're not in stock at this Target. That's possible. Just gonna follow what you're saying. The navigation wants me to go the longer way to get to the Target. I'm not going to go the longer way. I'm going the shorter way. I want to save as many miles as I possibly can. It even wants me to get on the freeway. It's like, get on the freeway. I'm like, I'm not getting on no freeway. I'm taking the street there. I'm not as concerned about the time as I am about just making as little miles as possible. That's all I want to do. Well, inside of the Target, everything, inside the Staples, it was just a frustration about the tabs they wanted. Like there was a color issue with the tabs, but I wanted to make sure they at least got something, because obviously that's what they wanted. This guy is blocking this other guy from making his left turn. This person's trying to do an illegal maneuver to make a left turn, and they're blocking everybody. He's actually going to drive on the wrong side of the road. People are so crazy in this town. He realized he couldn't do it. He went the other way. That was the craziest U-turn I've ever seen. He actually went like 3 car lengths forward, making it difficult for people going the other way to make a left turn. That was crazy. All right, let's focus. Let's try to do this maneuver safely so that way we don't crash. Oh gosh, now a whole bunch of cars are coming, and I can't see. Now I cannot see a darn thing. Everybody's blocking me. And this white car right here is going so slow. Come on, I want to go. This Century, they're driving like 20 miles an hour on a 45-mile-an-hour road. I'm like, come on, let's go. Oh my goodness. Well, we got 8 minutes to go, 2.7 miles to the next one. Staple shopping was easy. I'm just a little bit concerned now about those tabs. Maybe they'll give me a bad review. They'll be like, these aren't the runs I wanted. And my rating will go even lower. For some reason, my score between Uber Eats and DoorDash, there's such a huge difference. I think I have like a 4.91 on DoorDash, and I have like 100% on Uber Eats. And I don't know if it's the type of customers or what. I can't figure it out, because it's like the same. They're essentially the same app. You know what I mean? You're doing the job. You're saying thank you to people. You're following their instructions. But for whatever reason, maybe it has to do with DoorDash and how they present the star rating to the customer. Like maybe like Uber Eats, they just default to a 5-star rating on the app. Like it's already filled out, so the customer just hits the submit button. And on DoorDash, maybe when the star system comes up, it's blank, and they have some kind of verbiage on there that says, did the delivery driver perform 5-star service for you? And you know, when they present it like that, people get real nitpicky. They're like, well, I don't know, I didn't even see him, so I don't know if it was 5-star or not. Maybe it was 4 stars, and so that throws your rating off. And it's all about and it's also about perception. Like a lot of people think a 4-star rating is like still considered a great rating, but actually it's not. The more they push your rating down, the greater chance you're going to get kicked off of the app. So yeah, maybe it's just how they present the rating. Because I don't treat DoorDash customers any different than Uber Eats customers. And I think in general, I have found that Uber Eats customers are more generous than the DoorDash ones, and that may have to do with how the whole process is. Because Uber Eats allows them to adjust the tip up or down or completely remove the tip, and DoorDash does not. It locks in the tip, so it can only be the same tip that you offered or higher, or you can raise it. You cannot lower it on DoorDash. And so that could be why the customers are more picky. They're like, I paid this money for this service, and I knew it was going to be non-refundable, the tip, and they didn't give me perfection. I was expecting perfection in my delivery, and I did not get perfection. So that could be it as well. Why is this app saying to make a right coming up? The navigation's gone wonky on me. It's giving me wacky directions to get to. I have to ignore the DoorDash app. It's giving me wonky directions to get to the target. So I'm going to ignore it. Oh boy. I feel bad for new people that do DoorDash and don't know all the weird bugs that are in these apps. Especially when it comes to the navigation. It does a lot of crazy things, let me tell you. Things that just waste gas on your car, miles on your car, waste your time. It can be very frustrating. Let me see what I'm shopping for. See if I get I'm shopping for, it looks like some medications, a bottle of coffee, some feminine hygiene pads. This is a lot of stuff. A bunch of other stuff that's not showing up. This is 8 items I've got to shop for, and all of them are individual items. There's no groupings of more than one. Oh boy, I'm gonna be all over that store. I'm just hoping most of it, the medications are pretty close to the groceries, so I think I'm okay there. I just don't think I'm gonna be so hot if there's anything else. I can't see right now on the app what the other items are, so I don't know just yet. I'm just really disappointed that this app didn't let me shop in the Target that I was right next to. Somebody in the comments said that I could shop at any store that I want to. Like if I wanted to, I could just press the I've arrived at the store and it'll let me. But that must just be for that person's market. In my market, you cannot do that. You cannot force the app to say I've arrived at store. It won't let you. You'll get all kinds of problems. And when you go to pay, you have that stress of the card getting declined. It's like, no, that's all right. I'm just going to drive to the Target that I'm supposed to drive to and do the transaction there and be done. And that's it. And how many miles is this supposed to be total? I think they said 6 miles total. I don't know where we're dropping off at either. Let me take a peek and see how hard this drop-off's going to be. It looks like it's a house that I'm dropping off at, so the drop-off should be fine. It's not an apartment, so that's some good news. I don't know why the app is estimating this is going to take 50 minutes to complete. That's got me a little bit nervous. I hope the shopping goes. I hope it's not crowded in there. The time is 11:33 a.m. I got 15 miles on the car. It's currently 93 degrees. I'm getting 57 miles to the gallon. And traffic is busy. It's surprisingly busy right now. I guess because it's almost lunchtime. People are out and about. Oh my goodness. I have been so lucky these past few months. I've gotten my $50 so easy for the last few months. This is the first time in a long time, I think first time this year, that I've encountered something so difficult when it comes to trying to get the 50 bucks. I guess the grand total right now is only going to be like $30. That's all I'm going to be making. Probably $30 and change. It's just the sad truth, sad reality of doing gig work. I've been online now. I think I'm going to be online for like 5 hours. So after 5 hours of waiting or being online with the app, I'm going to end up with $30-something. Not so fantastic. Oh my goodness. And who wants to be out here when it starts to get really hot? Not me. I'm just trying to commit to my goal. You know, I said what I was gonna do, so I'm just trying to do it. I said I would work until noon, and here I am, meeting my promise. But I really didn't think I would be working this long, I have to tell you. I really thought I was gonna be done by like 10:30. Because that's when I'm normally done. Like usually 9:30 or 10:30, I'm done with the day, and I'm like, wow, we did it, we made the $50, and then then I could just be done. Not today. Exit. Can I arrive at the store now? Arrive at store. Start the shopping. Don't send them a message. Alright, tampons, sanitary napkins, vitamins, coffee, creamer. Oh god, some Sharpies. No. An organizer, post-it notes. Oh, jeez. I'm all over the store. I'm not sure where the office supplies are in this Target, so this is gonna be a pain. I hope it's not too far from the groceries. I think I'll shop for the office supplies first, and then I'm gonna head over to the sections where I know things are located. I think that's the best thing for me to do. Let me park a little bit closer. I don't know if I need oh yeah, I'm gonna need a shopping cart. I'll park next to the cart return. Lord help me, let's go in. Always ultra thin. Always flex foam. Ibuprofen. Chobani cookie creamer. Stock coffee cold brew. I asked the guy where office supplies were, and he goes, it's on the other side of the store. I'm like, okay. So off I go. Post-it notes, hard to find. Acrylic holder. Sharpies, we're all done. Let's go. Get out of here. Discard this receipt. Okay, it's discarded. Alright, we're going to be traveling 7 minutes. 1.9 miles. We're going to a house. It's a leave at the door. It looks like it's the same customer. So both deliveries are going to the same customer, so that's good news. And it's a house, and that's good as well. And I don't know if it's going to take me 50 minutes or not to do this. I've lost track of time. It's 11:49 right now. I should be done by noon, so I would say no. It's probably just going to take about 35 minutes, maybe 40 minutes to complete this offer. So not that long. Not that long at all. And the hardest thing was the office supplies. That's why I changed my mind at the last minute when I went in there. I said, forget it, I'm getting the groceries first. Because I did not want to have to walk all the way back to the groceries when I was right next to the groceries when I first walked in. It saved me some steps by doing it that way. So that's how I rolled with it. And there was a problem, of course, with office supplies. There was like some post-it notes that they wanted, but the post-it notes they wanted were an unusual size according to the picture. It said that they were like a 1.1 7/8 inch square post-it note, and all they had was 2 inches and up. So I was really confused. I'm like, there's nothing here for that size. So I immediately had to hit, what's their substitute? And I got them the substitute. So that was the only sticking point for the shopping process. So just like their staples, the staples items they wanted, there was a problem with that. And then there was a problem with the other office supplies. So office supplies have been a real bummer for this order, and I'm hoping the customer isn't gonna be dissatisfied with the one item from Staples that I got them. Fingers crossed. I mean, I guess I could have just got them one of the two and I would have still got paid the same, but somehow in my mind I was like, no, just get them two because they're close enough. But you know, people in their office supplies, they're very particular. If anything's slightly different from what they wanted, it may throw off their whole project. So now I'm wondering, like, if I just made a big mistake, is this gonna even lower my my rating from a 4.91 to a 4.90 on DoorDash? Not that that's a super big deal either, because I think you can go as low as a 4.71. So I'm still a long ways away. And it actually gets harder and harder for the customer to drive it down low as it makes its way down. So I think I'll be all right. Never in my I don't think the entire 5 years I've been doing this have I ever had a rating on DoorDash lower than a 4.89. I think that's as low as I ever got. And I think as long as you're above a 4.7, I think, or 4.71, I don't think there are any issues. So I don't even know why I'm stressing about it. It's really a non-issue at this point, at this juncture. There's no point even sweating it. And right now the temperature is 94 degrees. It's 8 minutes until noon. I've got 16 miles on the car. It looks like I'm going to have less than 20 miles on the car for today. As far as getting to the drop-off, I'll probably end up with getting back home. I'll probably end up with about little under 25 miles on the car today. So everything's good. We're moving along just fine. Why? Get over, dude. You're gonna make me miss the left turn. I was trying to give you the chance to make the left turn, and you were messing around. Ooh, we just made the light, dude. Because you were hesitating. I gave you plenty of buffer. Oh, people. I try to be a courteous driver, and it never pays off. It always usually pays to be a total jerk and just cut people off. Those are the people that always make all the lights, and they're able to get around. Although those are the ones that end up in accidents. You end up crashing. So that's probably not the way to go. There was a YouTube short or a TikTok, something I saw on the internet where they were showing all the nasty drivers who are mean, and then seconds later they get into these horrific accidents. I was like, I thought YouTube or these internet things, I thought they couldn't show things like that. But I guess as long as it doesn't look like the people, pass away on the video, it's as long as they're just getting hurt and that's all. I think they can legally show it, I guess, because I don't know. To me, they're pretty gruesome. People getting, falling off their motorcycles and head-on collisions, and they just don't show the people anymore. Uh-oh, my navigation. The navigation's getting glitchy. It exited me out of the app while I was on my way to the drop-off. That's the first time I've ever seen that. I had to hit directions again. That was really weird. Now I'm 99% sure that both of these deliveries go to the same person. So I'm going to carry everything out of the car, set it on the doorstep, start taking pictures, and if it suddenly says I got to go somewhere else, I'll rip away one of the items that obviously doesn't go. Alright, let's see. What's the address? Okay. I'm looking. I'm not seeing it. Not yet. There it is. I see it. I'm dropping off the Target for sure. So let's do it. The staples are there. Thank you. Man, that customer's dogs were going berserk. The whole door was shaking violently, like the door was about to come down. That person obviously doesn't have very well trained dogs, and eventually that door on the other side must be loaded with claw marks from the dogs just going berserk. Man, it's just amazing how some people can have. Wow, this person has a lot of flowers in their front yard. Looks like they're selling them. There's so many. I've never seen that many before. Wow. Looks like a nursery. Yeah, that customer really should have really taken their dogs to a training class. Unbelievable how wild those dogs were. Thank goodness they were behind that door, not out in the courtyard or out front. Well, this day's over. That's all that matters. Right now I have 18 miles on the car. It's 11:58 a.m. 96 degrees, and I'm getting 56 miles to the gallon. Oh my God. This day. What a bust. What a total waste of time. Very, very sad day. Oh well. Tomorrow we're gonna make a lot of money. Fingers crossed.